A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant political shift, Republican Nick Begich has emerged victorious in Alaska's U.S. House race, defeating incumbent Democratic Representative Mary Peltola. This election marks a historic moment as Begich reclaims a seat, once held by his grandfather, the late Representative Nick Begich, who served prior to the long tenure of Republican Representative Don Young. Young held the seat for an impressive 49 years, making this win particularly poignant for the Begich family. The stakes were high for Republicans, who aimed to regain control of the House, and they targeted this seat with fervor. The election, held on November 5th, saw a flurry of activity as ballots mailed from overseas were received just before the deadline. The state officials have set a date of November 30th for the certification of the general election results. In a statement shared on social media, Begich expressed his vision for Alaska, stating, "Alaska has great potential, but much work remains for Alaskans to fully realize that potential. I am committed to fighting for our jobs and economy, protecting our unique way of life, and ensuring that our voices are heard loud and clear in Washington." He also took a moment to acknowledge Representative Peltola's contributions, thanking her for her service during what he described as an exceptionally challenging time in national history. Peltola, who is Yupik and made history as the first Alaska Native in Congress, responded graciously, stating that serving Alaskans in the three-person congressional delegation had been the honor of my life. She extended her support to Begich, saying, "Nick, I'm rooting for you. Please don't forget when DC people keep telling you that you are one of three. You are actually one of more than 700,000 Alaskans who are ready to fight for our state, myself included." The political lineage of the Begich family is notable. Nick Begich comes from a line of prominent Democratic politicians. His grandfather, Nick Begich, was a former House representative, while his uncle Mark served as a U.S. senator and another uncle, Tom, was a state senator. Despite this legacy, Nick has identified as a lifelong Republican. Leading up to the August primary, Begich made headlines by declaring that he would drop out of the race if he did not finish ahead of another Republican. This strategy aimed to boost interest in the open primary system, where the top four candidates, regardless of party affiliation, advanced to the ranked choice voting general election. The primary election featured a crowded field of candidates, but Begich and Peltola emerged as the leading contenders alongside Republican Lieutenant Governor Nancy Dahlstrom. Dahlstrom had the backing of now President-elect Donald Trump and House leadership, but ultimately finished third in the primary. Following pressure from party members to consolidate support, Dahlstrom withdrew from the race, allowing for the inclusion of candidates who had finished further down the ballot, including Alaskan Independence Party candidate John Wayne Howe and Eric Hafner, a Democrat currently serving a 20-year prison sentence in New Jersey. The Alaska Democratic Party's efforts to disqualify Hafner were unsuccessful. Trump's support for Begich intensified after Dahlstrom's withdrawal, with Trump stating during a tele-rally that Peltola's previous election was a fluke. He declared, "Nick Begich will be an incredible fighter in Congress and will work closely with me to deliver for the people of Alaska." Throughout the campaign, Begich was vocal about his support for Trump and criticized Peltola for her lack of endorsement for a presidential candidate. He emphasized the need for transparency from representatives, arguing that Alaskans deserve to know whether their leaders would support a pro-Alaska agenda or align with those who would restrict resource development. Despite sharing some views on energy issues, Begich framed Peltola as ineffective in opposing the Biden administration's policies perceived as detrimental to Alaska's resource development. The general election ballot not only featured the congressional race but also included a question regarding the repeal of the open primary and ranked choice voting system, which had been approved by voters just 4 years prior. Begich endorsed the repeal effort, further complicating the political landscape. As of Wednesday night, the race remained uncalled, pending certification and any potential recount requests. This election marks a pivotal moment for Alaska's political landscape, as Begich steps into a role that carries the weight of family legacy and the hopes of Alaskan constituents. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.